Today's topic is very important because I've really just came to the conclusion about this recently. Today's topic is you will become a product of what you consume. Everything that you consume, you are influenced by as a person. All the music you listen to, all the movies you watch, everything your friends are doing. You're probably wondering, like, why is this important? We know this stuff. Well, this is important because a lot of people are consuming the wrong stuff and they're becoming influenced by this. So let me go to the first example I want to use in today's video. I want to talk about rap music. Not even just rap music, music in general. A lot of the music I listened to in high school, and I still do listen to rap music now, don't get me wrong, okay? But a lot of the music I would listen to, man, I'd have my AirPods in all day long. I'd have Yeet in my ears. I'd have Babytron in my ears. And sometimes I still do listen to these guys, but man, I'd have these guys in my ears all day long. Even in class, I'd have my AirPods in, just listening and consuming this music all day long. And what I found is, depending on the music you listen to, you're going to become a representation of that music. Having all these goofy lyrics, man, Babytron's talking about scamming someone's grandma, smoking weed, drinking lean. And I'm not hating on Babytron. I still love him. I listen to him in the gym. It's great music. However, you got to be cautious of how much of this you're consuming, because at one point in my life, I would probably listen to Babytron all day long. From in the morning to in the evening, I would never have a clear mind. I would never take those AirPods out and just think to myself, because honestly, I would get bored. I couldn't sit with my own thoughts. So I'd always have that AirPod in. I would always be listening to Babytron, Yeet, all these other artists that you guys like as well. I'm just speaking on my own past experience of consuming this kind of music, but I know it's happened to a lot of you guys as well, and a lot of you guys aren't self-aware about this. That's why I'm bringing it to your attention. Hopefully this video can really help you. Have you guys seen that video of Jared McCain, NBA player for the Philadelphia 76ers, back when he was in maybe high school? He was at like an early 7 a.m. practice, and his teammates were playing like NBA Youngboy and Lil Baby at 7 a.m. And he was like, can we turn this murder music off because it's 7 a.m. And he put some more calm stuff on. I'll play the clip right here.
But why would we listen to hard music at 7:30? It's like, I'm not trying to murder someone at 7:30 in the morning. Hey, I turn this up for you. You are down and need it.
Turn this shit off.
I gotta get away and let you go. I've gotta get over.
I was the same exact way. I would wake up at 5 a.m., hop right in my car. The first thing I'm playing Babytron. I'm playing Lil Baby. I'm playing Yeet. All of this music I'm consuming right at 5 in the morning, man. Like, there's a time and place for everything. I had a science teacher in high school. Shout out to him. He always told me when I was ever goofing off in class or whatever with my friends, he would say, Nathan, there is a time and place for everything. And that really stuck with me, because I realized, like, he's right, man. There's no time to be playing rap music about scamming somebody's grandmother at 5 a.m. in the morning, man. Like, immediately you have no thoughts to yourself. You're just playing this music. All this music, whether you like it or not, that you're consuming, it will influence your behavior. So be mindful about the music that you're listening to, because I still listen to this kind of music when I'm in the gym or something, but I have more variety to my taste now. Another thing that the youth is consuming, which I have fallen victim to as well in the past, is all these Instagram models, OnlyFans girls. Us as young men, we're consuming all of this, and a lot of guys are exposed to this stuff at a young age. I was exposed to this stuff at a young age too. A lot of guys have no self-control. You guys probably see videos on TikTok or whatever, how it's a joke for guys to say like, oh, I'm actually scared to talk to women. But you know what? This is the actual truth. These guys are really scared to talk to women because they're putting them on a pedestal. They're seeing all these Instagram models, OnlyFans girls, and they're subscribing to this stuff. It's putting women on a pedestal. They're thinking of women as a higher power because they're subscribing to this stuff. It's like their drug. They need to see these girls on Instagram, right? And I'm telling you right now, this is really the reason why your anxieties are spiking and you can't talk to girls, because you're putting them on a pedestal by subscribing to their OnlyFans, looking at them through Instagram. Oh, she's so bad. Be a normal person. All throughout time, a man could not go on his phone and see 100 of the most beautiful women in the world at one time. No, they would probably see the most beautiful woman in the world once in their whole lifetime. Now you can go on your phone and just look at hundreds and thousands of women at one time. This is horrible, and this is really messing your brain up, man. Your brain chemistry is not supposed to be seeing all this stuff. your dopamine is all messed up. It's horrible for you. If you follow any of these Instagram models or you're looking at this stuff on your phone, just know you're slowly rotting your brain, and then you wonder why you can't get a girl in your real life. It's because you're subscribing to this stuff, man. You're putting these girls on a pedestal. It's dehumanizing these girls. So when you see a girl in real life, you don't know what to say because you've already put them above you. TikTok and Instagram and YouTube, slowly the algorithm is dividing people as one. I have an example for myself. During the US election, I was consuming a lot of content on the election, right? As most people were. And what I realized is the more I would tap into one side of the spectrum, so the more stuff I was liking about right-wing politics, the more it would feed me and feed me and feed me. We all have our opinions, right? But the more you consume one side of things, the more it will feed you and it will not show you anything of the other side, right? So I was just consuming all this political stuff. What I realized, it was pushing a really right-wing narrative on me. And I'm not saying like, oh, conservative or liberal, whatever. I would have voted conservative. However, it's trying to push you in too deep. And the same thing goes with a left wing. If you're consuming this left wing content, it's going to push that left wing narrative on you. And it's going to go too far, man, because it was going too far for me on the right side, and it's going too far for people on the left side too. So the more you consume, the more it is trying to push that narrative on you and really divide people apart. Because what I realize in today's society is people are more divided than ever. There's always an argument about something. And one thing that I think to myself is us as human beings are really closer than what we think we are. Everybody should have their own opinion, and everybody is entitled to their own opinion. You're becoming influenced by social media. Everything that you're consuming, it's not even your own opinion. You're consuming other people's opinions and agreeing with it. Be mindful and become self-aware to where you can have your own opinions. Objectively, there is no objective correct opinion. It's all subjective. Don't be afraid to be outspoken and have your own opinion. That's what I'm doing right here. I'm speaking my opinion onto the internet. I want to take it all the way back to high school, right? So we've all had our first girlfriend, whatever. So I remember when I lost my first girl, right? I was really down and I was on TikTok and I was consuming a lot of like depressive TikToks. I know you guys have all seen them on your feed before. And the more I was consuming these TikToks, the more they were popping up on my feed. And the more sad I would become because I would just see these videos and it would go into my brain and I'd be like, damn, man, like life sucks, really. These depressive TikToks were really taking a toll on me. And it sounds stupid, but it's true. And I know this has happened to a lot of people as well. However, a lot of people aren't mindful enough to realize what is really happening. And now that I'm at an older age now, I'm 20 years old, I've been through this before in the past. I can now recognize that that's what was happening to me at the time. The TikToks were really trying to put me deeper into that hole. They were trying to make me more and more and more sad. I was consuming more and more and more, and I was getting more and more videos pushed to me, right? Podcasts. Now, I listen to a lot of podcasts, and I learn a lot from podcasts because you can really listen to whoever you look up to anywhere in the world, and you can listen to 2 hours of them just spitting free game. I'll talk on the podcast that I like to consume. I listen to a lot of Modern Wisdom with Chris Williamson. There's a lot of guys that I look up to that are on that podcast, and I've learned a lot since listening. I've listened to a lot of Joe Rogan in my past as well, but a lot of these podcasts are also just useless and kind of like brain rot. Like, I check my phone and I see like Dave Portnoy, Barstool. He's on a podcast with a bunch of TikTokers talking about high school drama. Like, this is crazy. And if you're consuming this stuff, man, don't be surprised when you start acting weird or you become a not normal person, because it's not normal for a 40-year-old man to be in this TikTok drama world just for money. All they want is to grab your attention, and they're using it like a drug against you, man. Be very aware of what you're consuming. Like, there's podcasts like Call Her Daddy, which are straight up pushing degeneracy towards young women. A quick Google search can answer your question on that, but really be aware of what you're listening to, because I'm telling you right now, you will become what you listen to. The more business, fitness, and lifestyle stuff that I listen to, I notice I implement these things that I learn into my real life. So if you're not listening to something productive, your life is going to go downhill. You guys also want to be aware of who you're idolizing on the internet. In the past, I've looked up to a lot of people on the internet. I've realized that a lot of people that I've looked up to in the past from the internet are really not good influences on me, and they've influenced me in the wrong way. About a year ago, I started to idolize Sean Strickland. And if you guys know Sean Strickland, you'll know why this is not a good person to look up to. I'm not saying you can't be a fan of him, because I'm still a big fan of Sean Strickland. However, I was becoming too influenced by him that it was changing my own life negatively. I'll play a clip of Sean Strickland right here so you guys can kind of get the gist if you don't know who he is.
America, fuck yeah, coming again to save the motherfucking day, yeah, America.
The more I would watch Sean Strickland, the more of an aggressive person I actually became. And obviously that's not a good thing. So you got to be mindful of who you're looking up to online and make sure that that person is actually a good influence for you. A lot of the stuff on the internet is not even real. A lot of it is just straight up fake news. I recently just re-downloaded TikTok so I can publish more content. A lot of the videos I was watching were just straight up fake news, and I see a lot of fake news all over the internet. I check the comments, and a lot of these people that are consuming this really straight up believe this stuff, right? Just take everything you see on the internet with a grain of salt. There is no right when it comes to social media. Nobody is a messiah. I am no messiah. There is no messiah. Everything that everybody is preaching is just a reflection of what they're influenced by. So practice yourself to be able to critically think and realize what is right and what is wrong and what you resonate with. We as humans need to consume things for our own well-being. If you're a gamer, man, like, it's okay to consume video games for a little while, right? For me, I like sports. I'm a big Buffalo Bills fan, the biggest you'll ever meet. I watch every single Bills game. It's okay to consume things that you enjoy because it's good for you, man. Like, it's good to have hobbies. It's good to have passions. It actually supplies your brain with serotonin, which is good as well. Don't watch this video and say, okay, I gotta totally cut myself off of all consumption. No, I'm not telling you that. I'm telling you to be aware and figure out what things you're consuming are affecting your life negatively, and then you cut that stuff off. Everything that you consume could be bad for you, but it all depends on the moderation where you listen to this stuff on. So if I'm watching too much Buffalo Bills football, even though it makes me happy, it will still become bad for me. The real key to consumption is you want to consume everything in moderation, no matter if it's good for you or if it's bad for you. That's pretty much all that I wanted to speak on as far as examples go. But I hope this video could really help you think, and it can give you a new perspective on everything that you're consuming. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Take care and stay blessed.